This is Get Real and Heal for Type A women executives and entrepreneurs, where we discuss all things emotional healing and the relationships with yourself, your man, and your money. I'm your host, Jamila McMallow, wife, mother, certified cognitive behavioral therapy practitioner, mindset and relationship expert with over 20 years coaching and mentoring experience. I know that when you're the one that everyone else leans on, the leader and the trailblazer, it can be difficult to let your guard down, be vulnerable, and tend to your own emotions. So I hope today's discussion will allow you a moment to experience a life-changing realization, perhaps even a transformation. So let's begin and get real and heal. Well, hello. We are talking about gratitude today and really shifting from a lack, scarcity mindset viewpoint and really understanding the power of gratitude, okay? And I really am going to kind of speak into this subject, explain this to you from a personal story from my childhood, really. And as I'm thinking about it, middle school, okay, is really when this was the case. So when I was in middle school, there were times when I would literally say to myself quite often, nobody cares about me. And I would close my eyes and wish that I could just fall asleep and never wake up. I would wish that I had never been born, even that I would just wish that I didn't exist. Life really was not a gift to me. It just felt like a miserable existence. Middle school was full of a lot of bullying and teasing, and it was not pleasant at all. And unfortunately, these weren't just my thoughts growing up, but I felt this way a lot through my first marriage, but when I was growing up, both my parents worked full time and they had a business. And so they were just physically and emotionally not there. And they had no idea that the choices they were making with their time had impacted me so negatively, because as a child, what happened was I internalized that if my own mother and father didn't think I was important enough for their time, attention, or money, why would anyone else, including me? My mindset, honestly, was rigidly stuck in lack. All I could see was what I didn't have. All I could see is how much I needed, wanted, and asked for and never received. I didn't really grasp nor understand the power of gratitude at the time. And even though I committed my life to God at 18 and had a personal relationship with Him, my own emotional blocks, barriers, and beliefs clouded my understanding of who He is. I prayed all the time, relied on Him through challenges and difficulties, yet something still hadn't clicked until the day I was standing on the balcony of our new apartment in Las Vegas, looking out at the majestic mountains, praying in tears and gratitude for what God had just done for me. See, earlier, I had prayed that, we lived in a place in Michigan. I'm not going to name the city, I'm just not going to put them on blast. But I remember being in the car, literally driving down the street from my house. And I remember I just prayed that, oh my gosh, I cannot live here not one more day. If I have to stay here, my life was going to be over. I just couldn't take it. I could not take being in that miserable place any longer for so many reasons. I hated my life. Okay. There. And I honestly don't remember the timeline of when I said that prayer to when I got on the phone interview and got the offer for the job in Vegas that paid me more money than I had ever made, And, but what I do remember is that it was only 3.5 weeks from when I said yes to that job to when I was standing on that balcony. Now, I share this because to contrast this between, the childhood experience and then where I am now, here in this point in my adulthood. And it is really significant because it was like the first time I remember just being truly overwhelmed with gratitude because I saw God rescue me go above and beyond in such a huge way and bless me with more than I had even ever asked for. And every day after that, while driving to work, looking at those mountains, I just expressed gratitude for everything, man. I began to take notice of what was abundantly present and not what was missing. I was in a state of gratitude constantly. I thanked God for everything. Small things, big things, all things. But why is this significant? Okay? Because without me even fully understanding or knowing what I was doing, I was shifting and shaping the landscape of my life to abundance because my dominant state was gratitude, love, appreciation. So even when that marriage failed and I suffered through that painful, divorce, the aftermath and everything, even through all of that, I was still grateful. I could clearly see what I had in front of me once I went through, the grieving process. I could see what I had in front of me versus what I had lost. And I'll say even when I was grieving, I had peace. I was alone and sad about that, but I had peace in my home. So I had something to be grateful for, and this is why I was able to move forward so quickly in my healing and be ready for a new, happy, healthy marriage to a good man. See, I was grateful before I even received my husband because I had zero doubt that it would happen, okay? Now, it only took me 26 years to change my mindset and thinking from one of lack and scarcity and honestly sadness to one of gratitude, joy, and abundance. And the truth is I help my clients do it in less than one. I went from praying for death and feeling like I never got to have what I wanted to waking up every day praying in joy that I woke up alive and get to be me. Seeing the things that I desire become realized one after the other, and my certainty and faith expanding by the second. So what does all this mean for you? Why am I sharing this? Is because you can have it too. This isn't book knowledge that I'm trying to reteach. These are my personal experiences, practices, and expertise from having coached over 100 women over hundreds of hours, probably thousands, through different parts of this same journey. Okay? So the choice is always yours. How fast do you want to get from where you are now to what it is that you desire? The key is gratitude. The key is certainty. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Be sure to visit CoachJamila.com, where you'll find the links to connect with me on social media and more information on my private bespoke coaching for Type A high-performing women executives and entrepreneurs.